we are.
And in the, I guess we could start with the top right in this case. In the top right, playing for Dust Gaming, the Canadian Undead player, it is Deuce, also known as Deuce. And his opponent in the top left, playing for Washed Up, the newly recruited player that's just dominating all the league matches for them, really carrying their team into a big name. It is Arkl.
The fastest lips in Warcraft 3. Yeah.
What a handle. Something to keep in mind, again, Carson, though, is that people are wondering, a loser's bracket, does it all matter? This is a really, really important series, a really important time for Arkl. He needs to come top 4 to still be in the lead for top 2 points-wise. If he loses to Deuce right now, his trip to Katowice, I think, will be over. So every match right now, every series for Arkl is do or die, essentially. Coming top 4 would secure him still in the running. So he needs to get through Deuce right now.
Yeah, for sure. And don't think that Arkl isn't committed to going to all these offline events, playing every tournament that he can. He's definitely one of those players that no matter what, he's going to show up for the big tournaments. He's going to try to get into them. So this is definitely a very important match in his view as well. And for Deuce, it looks like we're going to see an actual fast expansion that we were talking about. And the Keeper of the Grove is a potential for a counter expansion and some nice harassment here for Arkl.
Yeah, and we kind of knew that Arkl was going to do that Keeper style. He loves his Keeper. But we knew that if Deuce is going to pick this map, he must have something up his sleeve, and this is what it's going to be. Quick expo, try to get ahead. But Arkl's already here with the Treants. Can he get away with the last hit? Oh my god, Arkl just stole the last hit.
Starting off pretty smooth here. There's another potential, but he's just going to use an entangle. Thanks to that level 2, he just achieved it. The detonate's going to be huge. He's going to get a lot of that blight, and he's going to kill the Acolyte. Actually, it's going to be coil, but that's the last coil for Deuce. But he's going to get the Ziggurat up. Here comes in another Wisp. No skeletons to detonate, but there is some blight if he can get that Ziggurat canceled. He's building an Ancient War here. Says there's no way you're expanding in my face.
Oh, this is really unfortunate for Deuce. He's getting everything canceled. His wood count is redundant. He's actually pulling all the ghouls just to push Arkl away. But that means you're not going to have your expansion timing. You're not going to have much at all. You have 80 wood and no lumber harvesting. He's got 3 ghouls on it just now. He's queuing up more. But he had to pull a bunch just to hold. Level 2 now. He can hold this. But look at the blight deados from Arkl. Man, Arkl has done his job, I think.
Yeah, all the blight is gone. There is another skull, but where's the Acolyte to rebuild the Ziggurat? It has been rebuilt and is sitting in the main, and there is some ghouls back on lumber, like you mentioned before. He will have that lumber economy kicking in no time, but for Arkl, he's got his Ancient War up, he's got his Huntress Hall up, getting his Ultra Vision and his first Huntress, and will there be just an instant counter expand? He's still on tier 1. He could counter expand. He does get a Staff of Teleportation to get some more mana to keep up this pressure. But is he going to tech? Is he going to go 2 Ancient Wars? Is he going to counter expand? A lot of questions for Arkl. How is he going to react to this? Deuce's reaction, just going to tech.
Yeah, Deuce just teching, and the 1 AOW is kind of questionable, right? Because we're not sure, but we do see that Wisp going to the south, and that must be a Tree of Life.
Yeah, still tier 1. He's saving up. Actually, he does tech now.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe a little later. He does have a Wisp at Deuce's expansion, so he knows that Deuce isn't overly committed to that expansion. And now the pressure's coming into Deuce's base, but there's only 1 Huntress, 1 Archer, maybe a couple of Ghoul kill potential for Arkl, because there is no coil at the moment. But the Huntress actually gets surrounded, and there's potential for Dust of Appearance thanks to the shot being here. But he actually lets it go, and there's going to be 1 Ghoul traded for free.
Yeah, Deuce finally buys the Dust, but it's a little too late. Gonna let that Hunt get out, and he's gonna lose a Ghoul, and that's a good trade for Arkl. 1 unit for 0 units, Carson. Yeah, you carry the 1. 1's a lot better than 0.
Yeah, I think so. Just don't divide by it.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't multiply by it either.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The world implodes. Tome of Strength, a little bit more health points on that Intelligence Hero. Can't complain with that on Arkl's side. Gonna get closer and closer to level 3 Keeper of the Grove, and with that, that'll be the level 2 ability. The Tree of Life is coming up to the south of Arkl's base, and definitely a little bit stuck.
So I guess the goal for Arkl right now is to maybe put down that AOW second later, and will this just be a mass Archer Hunt build from Arkl?
But he is teching. He's still on 1 Ancient War. I imagine this would be a good game to go into Fairy Dragons.
Okay.
town is under siege.
And maybe the hunts are just to throw them off, add a little bit more damage in the early game because they're a lot more mobile than archers. But Deuce is swarming here with the ghouls. Gonna have to back up though, but Deuce isn't getting much done. I mean, he's got his 2.5 Death Knight. That's nice, but you want your level 3. Definitely want to start solidify. Oh, nice surround on the hunt, maybe. Maybe the keeper. Forcing a TP would be huge. Get him out of your face. Might have to use the staff though.
Yeah, the staff of teleportation is going to save him from any surrounds, and the Shadow Meld, he's got entangles to force those ghouls back. The Huntresses are very good against the ghouls with the bouncing glaives, so there's not really a lot that King Deuce can do.
Yeah, I think Fairy Dragons would be a really good transition here. There's so many ghouls. You'd have to transition to web, fiends. You'd have to get a lot more. You'd have to tech up that, creep up that DK. He's definitely going to get this hunt though, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's a nice pick off, and he's going to get closer and closer to level 3. That level 2 coil is really important. He's actually almost landing another surround, but a ghoul's being traded. With that, the level 3 keeper of the Grove, and that's an important one. But another Huntress still up for grabs, but the Entangle is just picking ghoul after ghoul, and this trade has not been worth for Deuce so far.
Tier 2 for Ark. Are we going to see that second hero? If so, which one's it going to be? Actually, an AP going down in the bottom of Deuce's natural expansion. The Acolyte's going to scout that. But that is so annoying. That basically should solidify. As long as Ark has map control, you're not getting expansion here at all. You got to stick to one base undead.
Yeah, and what Ark is doing is pressuring while he's getting his expansion up safely, and it is up now. And what Deuce cannot do thanks to this AP is pressure while expanding at the same time. He's got to deal with the AP and then get the Expo up. In Ark's main base, he is getting those 2 Ancient Winds, so expect some Fairy Dragons in the future, and there's going to be a lot of them with this Tree of Life already being up.
This is one base, one crypt, ghoul, Gargulio, as you like to call it. Interesting, off one base. Deuce might just be trying to like end the game quickly before this, because it looks like, yeah, the Ancient of Winds, it's going to be Fairy Dragons from Ark.
And a Demon Hunter second. I like that little bit of adjustment. We have seen Alchemist in the past with this strategy, but the mana burn, if you can get that Demon Hunter up to level 3, that level 2 mana burn becomes crucial. Especially if there's a lot of fiends kiting, the mana pool is a very important thing. The Keeper of the Grove sitting a little idle, but the skeletons actually expire. He even invested a coil into the skeleton that expired. A little bit unfortunate for Deuce, but a nice try on the play. But now the Demon Hunter is here. With that, the mana burn is going to be less and less Novas. He does get one off, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate. Level 1 Demon Hunter is okay, but when you only have a level 2 DK and a level 1 Lich, those mana burns hurt, man. And yeah, Ark's going to probably make sure that there's no more coils. Might be another Nova. Yeah, there is another Nova on the Ark's Keeper. Is he gonna be able to get them before this?
Oh my god, that was close. But not enough damage. The guard's not doing a ton, but there is a couple Huntresses that are getting low, and the creeps are still not finished. One Archer gonna go down. A little bit of a sloppy creep from Ark. He tried to do too many things at the same time. And there's still a Trapper up, and the Huntresses are on the run.
It's really hard. I mean, Deuce has pushed Ark back for now, but it's so hard to like take down this expansion when your DK and Lich have no mana, level 2 DK. I don't think Deuce can stick around here for very long. Keeper's coming back in with mass entangles. There's not much that Deuce can do. There's no coil for the Lich. If the Lich does get entangled, are we gonna see a block on the hunt? Anything?
There's no Town Portal either, no staff, no Invuln Potion, so if there's an Entangle on something, there will be a kill, but thanks to the Gargs, and there is a superior Garg number, 2 Hippogriffs are going to come in to try to counter these, but Deuce not actually attacking with his Gargs immediately, and that's going to lose the air superiority that he did have. And now the Gargs are on the run, but they do have the aura, they do have the movement speed, and they might be able to run away.
Just mass Hippogriffs into maybe Hippo Riders if he wants to pump Archers to, if Deuce does do a ground transition, but it doesn't look like he's going to, continuing to pump Gargs. But yeah, if he's not going to take that superiority early, I mean, Hips are just going to destroy Gargs in the late game, especially with the Keeper, especially with, yeah, just everything. Oh, it looks like Fairy Dragons as well.
Yeah, and the expansion is definitely going to help him keep that air superiority. Deuce's goal right now has to be either you push and kill this expansion, or you get a counter expo up. But that AP we mentioned earlier is just doing a really good job to ensure that Deuce can't do too many things at the same time, can't sneak an expansion, can't sneak any towers, but he might be able to sneak this 12 o'clock. There's Hippogriff scouting it, but there's no army of Ark to stop him.
Yeah, this is a good camp pickoff for Deuce. I was going to say, like, he's been running around trying to do some harassment. Definitely needs to find a camp to creep up that DK to at least level 3, which he's going to get right here. Scroll the Beast as well. That's a great item when you're having an air battle, Carson.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to help out a lot in these earlier stages before Ark gets too crazy out of control with his air army. There is still a decent number of Gargs. 4 of them. Is there a 5th on the way? No, there's actually Frenzy for the Ghouls coming up, which is going to be really great against the heroes. There's one Nuke taking down one Hippogriff. One Huntress going down as well. The Orb is helping out a ton, and right now, Deuce is in a position to actually win a fight.
Yeah, that Nova was really sweet, picking off that one hip. He's going for the Nova again. I think another hip's going to die, but nice staff from Ark. This is still an uncomfortable position. He's getting rid of the hunts, but that's, you know, those hunts are kind of redundant at this point. But good pickoffs from Deuce, and now he's going to pick up the Naga, and I guess he's going to go for the Siege on the expansion. Why not? Try it out.
Try it out, man. And the Frenzy's going to help quite a bit against that Tree of Life if it's exposed. And right now, Ark is just going for the counterattack. So Deuce may lose some Acolytes, but actually, Ark is too far away from the main base of Deuce to really stop it. He tried to fake the Town Portal, because does he have one? He does have a Town Portal. He could TP back, but he might actually just lose this Tree of Life.
Walking back now, yeah, and Deuce doesn't have a TP of his own, like you mentioned, so he could get caught off guard. He's got to take a fight here, and he's got to win this fight. Nice, picking up the hips early. This could be a good fight for Deuce.
Yeah, nice foil there to save one guard. Yeah, he could use the Scroll of the Beast. He could have even used it against the Tree of Life earlier, but there could have been a potential Wisp detonate. But right now, Deuce is kind of stomping this fight. The staff is forced to the Demon Hunter, but the air units, there isn't enough to counter. Now there's a Destroyer in the air to stop against the potential Entangle, to stop against the Treants, and the Tree of Life, very exposed.
Deuce running away with this fight right now. Ark scrambling. He's only got a few Fairy Dragons. That's no good. I mean, the Demon Hunter coming back into the fight, but he's only level 2. He's not very tanky yet. He's got the claws on him, but no orb yet. Nothing like that, so he can't attack the air. And Deuce is definitely going to take down this expansion. And as long as you just keep macroing, this is looking good for Deuce.
You got the Tri-Hero, you got the Orb, you have Tier 3 against Tier 2, and, you know, your opponent's only building Hippogriffs. Those can't shoot down, they're not very good against the heroes, and the heroes are getting a little bit out of control. The Lich is almost level 3 for Deuce, and with that, the Nuke against the Keeper of the Grove, Nuke against the still level 2 Demon Hunter is going to be super effective, and the Expo goes down, the Moonwell goes down. And what do you do in the Arc Shoes now?
And only 700 gold mined from that expansion, so...
Yeah.
Definitely not lucrative enough to say it was worth. And now you're on one base elf. Now you're just trying to frantically pump hips. This is not looking good for Ark. And Deuce is able to take the big camps. I mean, Ark's creeping a green right now. He should go to the Merc camp after, which is great. But Deuce is, like you said, he's got in the marketplace, he's got in the shop. He can go back creep his own marketplace. At this point, all you have to worry about is hero levels.
And he's still just pumping Hippogriffs. He's getting 3 more out of those Ancient of Winds. And like he said, Deuce is getting all the nice camps on the map. He's got Naga level 2. He gets another heal scroll. He gets the wards and a town portal. So he could take a fight and not have to worry about maybe overextending. But right now, the Demon Hunter, very low. The Moon Juice is decent to heal him back up. But if he gets caught out, there could be a Coil Nova. There is one for Deuce at the moment. Okay, he does staff out the Demon Hunter. But still a sketchy fight.
Yeah, Ark able to pick up the Pendant of Energy, though, from the Merc camp. That's a nice item to have. Passes that to the Keeper. A little bit more Entangles, more Treants. The Treants kind of redundant at this point due to the Destroyer. But forcing Entangles off of one Destroyer could be, I don't know, could be a sneaky play. Maybe to get... You need to get Deuce out of this position somehow. But the guard count, Carson, is just getting so high.
Oh, the Demon Hunter!
Staff's on cooldown!
Okay, he had a potion. He was able to use it, Coil Nova on the Demon Hunter, but what is the Moon Juice? This is the downside to going this air strategy. You kind of run out of healing sources without the Bears for rejuvenation, without the Alchemist for healing spray. And now the Keeper of the Grove is exposed. There is potions, but there's not enough gold to actually buy one. He gets one now. There is a little bit of Moon Juice, but the air fight, the Scroll of the Beast, the Demon Hunter falls, and there's just Hippogriffs left.
GG is called. Deuce putting it through in game 1, and this is looking very dicey for Ark right now.
Wow, this early game was a disaster for Deuce. It was so good. It was so good for Ark. Stealing the big boy, killing a lot, denying the expansion, and then I don't know what happened, man. I mean, this might be one of the very first times that I see one base Garg win. I had the discussion with Todd on an earlier broadcast. This is not supposed to work.
No,
usually.
Whenever you have one crypt, one slaughterhouse, and you're pumping Gargs out, that is sketchy to say the least. It's definitely a rough position to be in, but Deuce taking good fights early, those hips, like as Ark's pumping them out, Deuce was trading them, killing hips with the Novas, getting one here, one there, and taking the air superiority, and then he transitioned that into the tier 3 orb, pushed the expansion. Ark barely had his expansion up, And even though it looks sketchy, I mean, he made it work with one crypt.
It seemed a little bit like Ark knew exactly how to counter that fast expansion from Deuce, but then after that, his follow-up didn't seem to be as tight. He didn't seem to know all the exact steps what to do. He didn't really have the army to defend his expansion. He wasn't in positions to do hit and run like we saw him when he was going to Deuce's main a little bit indecisively. He just had to run to his expo because he was too far away out of position. So maybe just a little bit more in the mid game, knowing how to follow up that denied expansion.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. Like, should you go fairies against this? Like, should you go wins in the first place against this if you scouted early? And then don't you have to commit to hippos, win the air fight with the hips? And then, yeah, they are redundant at one point, but you can clean the ground oftentimes with hunts and treants and tangle. Or you go into an alchemist panda. There was a couple of questionable choices by Ark, in my opinion. But maybe I'm wrong, and you have 3 minutes to tell me in chat how wrong I am. See you then from map 2.
I don't think...
Break, stop talking.
Did I...
We're back from the break, and I got a little feeling that Bidu, you wanted to make a point.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you know, you were questioning the fairy dragon strategy, but I figured that, you know, Ark probably thought as well that Deuce's transition was just gonna be the web fiends. I don't think Ark thought he was gonna go into one crypt Garg. So I think the fairy dragon transition was pretty good, because if he does go into fiends, I think Ark's ahead there. But you know, going into game 2, I'm so glad I'm here.
And so are we, Ricky. So are we. Our next match is happening on Northern Isles.
Boo, 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 boo. Hi, Ricky.
Hello, Carson. In the top right, I love NI, by the way, for this matchup, but in the top right, playing for Washed Up, it is Arkl. His opponent in the bottom left, currently up a game. He could eliminate Arkl from the tournament, from the EPT tour, because there's probably no chance that he's going to go to Poland if he gets knocked out right now. It is, for Dust Gaming, Deuce!
A little bit of a biased intro, if you ask me, but that's all right. I mean, you know, you could at least give.
Well,
Arkl
he's
a
up. He's
bar.
up. He's up a game. I got to give him a little credit there. It's not, you know, it's nothing. All right. This is Northern Isles. I mean, Ted Fiend opener for Deuce. I kind of like it on this map. I think Ted Fiend's a good opener. It looks like we're seeing Demon Hunter first from Arkl, though. Typically, we see Keeper a lot on this map. What do you think about the Demon Hunter first, Carson?
From the people I've talked to about hero choices on Northern Isles in this matchup, they say that this is a very good Demon Hunter map all around. Interestingly, going for the permanent item, not the consumable, with the Ancient War for Arkl. You know, obviously these items will scale better into the late game. You get a lot of value out of them the longer you have them, so not too bad to go for this, and it's a little more passive, especially against the Ted Fiend's opener, if there will be some harassment, but looks like Deuce will just creep himself as well.
Yeah, interesting decision to go for this null camp instead of the consumable. I think with the AOW, it's probably just better to get the consumable, but maybe he's thinking if I get claws, I can go across the map. I don't know. I don't know what's up, but Arkl having a good start. He's going to get that accolade as well. Good experience added. And then do you go across the map or do you continue to creep? It looks like he's going to go across the map.
Yeah, interesting. Maybe he can go steal a little green camp from Deuce. If he does catch Deuce at this little Murloc camp that his Wisp just scouted, he'll be able to deny Deuce's level 2, get a decent amount of mana burns off, as Deuce has already skilled Coil and used one of those. So he'll be able to deny this aura, deny the level 2, and maybe steal it for himself. So this isn't a bad opener. I guess this Ancient War positioning is more of a timing thing than I don't want the consumable thing.
Ooh, good call, yeah. Because now he is in perfect position to steal, essentially drink Deuce's milkshake.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna steal the Murloc, get level 2, and now he's still in a position to harass, so this is pretty good.
Yeah, Cloak of Shadows is going to be very good in the future as well. Deuce showed he doesn't buy Dust of Appearance early. But right now, will Arkl see that he's going for this Tuskar camp early? He is going to find him. Okay, one coil used. There is 2 more, but the mana burn is going to say no, but he's saving it for the steal. Will he get the steal on this guy? He does get the steal with the mana burn, but the consumable, the Potion of Greater Mana, goes to Deuce, losing 1 ghoul in the end there, but he does get the a decent item there for himself.
A little bit of indecisiveness from Deuce already. I mean, if you're going to use the coil on the ghoul, then definitely don't bring that ogre down where he can get mana burned and killed. So a little bit of a miss up there from Deuce. And like you said, with not buying Dust so early, he's not going to be able to push these archers back. So Arkl has like full map control here, and there's not much that Deuce can do with a level 1 DK so early in the game.
Yeah, no aura and no fiends yet, not a decent number of ghouls yet. He is getting that 4th lumber ghoul, which is relatively standard in this matchup if you go for
canceled
fiends. You cancel it. Oh, well, you know, he's going to have his first fiend out soon, but for now, the pressure is on because he doesn't have that aura. He can't get away, and the Shadow Meld is going to save all these archers. He's just going to have to run away. The Demon Hunter, not the best inventory at the moment, but very safe inventory, and he's going to kill some of these skeletons, and he's almost level 3. One more decent-sized camp, and he will be. The Archer's going to get in front, maybe put a little bit more damage on this Death Knight. This is a lot of pressure from Arkl.
Yeah, this is just so annoying for Deuce, man. He can't really go anywhere because Arc's all in his face, and Arkl is just feeding off these skellies, and you know, they don't add too much experience, but you kill a bunch of them, might see a level 3 Demon Hunter here.
Absolutely.
Get a little out of control.
Get a little out of control, and there's possibly boots and staff, so even if there was enough ghouls to get us around, he would be able to get out of it, especially with that cloak on top of all of it. Right now, Deuce is going across the map. The tier 2, what's it looking like? It is about to finish, and he is going to get the Naga, but without the aura, the Naga is not very strong at all. And counter Naga.
Counter Naga for Arkl, and yeah, without the aura, this could be a dead Naga for Deuce. Could be a dead DK for Deuce. Nice blocks on the Fiend, though. Wicked blocks from Deuce, but is it going to be enough? Might have to. Oh, you don't even want to force a TP here, though. But with so much experience, you don't want to feed that level 3. What's Deuce going to do?
Oh my god, he pops the greater mana pot and then throws a coil and dies.
Could have been a
Okay.
sick move, but
Yeah.
didn't work out for him, and now that's a wasted potion of greater mana.
He did force a TP with it, but maybe he would have either way with the Naga himself. And Ark's archers weren't even there the whole time, and that might have been a save on the TP, and maybe even a kill on the Naga of Deuce if he had the archers there. But Deuce is gonna get a little bit of creeping done. But his Death Knight's coming back out of the altar, still level 1. His tier 3 tech's on the way, but there's a lot of archers, there's a lot of pressure coming his way, and without that aura still, what's he gonna do?
Yeah, Deuce needs to find a way to segregate himself from this army and go creep something. Now that you have the Nagi, you have a little bit more damage, but with only 2 Fiends, I mean, he's missing his 3rd Fiend. He's teching to tier 3, he doesn't have a Slaughterhouse yet, he's going to put that down now, but everything's just so far behind because he's losing, you know, ultimately his DK and a lot of things that he's popping the items a little earlier. He's trying to go for the Naga, but with these archers, I don't think this is a good fight for Deuce. He's fighting a level 3 Demon Hunter.
Yeah, this is just destruction from Arkl. The archers are a little bit exposed, but still no Dust of Appearance. The Naga taking a little bit of damage, but he's getting a Fiend, and there is a Staff of Preservation that has been dropped on the ground, almost giving it to the Death Knight, but a nicely smooth staff out for Arkl, and he saves all the archers, it looks like, and kills 2 Fiends.
This is so clean from Ark, so clean. The surround on the Demon Hunter, oh man, but there's a staff on the Demon Hunter as well. He's totally fine. Nice mana burn, level 2 mana burn coming in. This Naga's gonna have to move. Nice transition though to move the Skelly away.
Wait, Arkl?
Wait,
You gotta get out, Arkl!
Ark, you gotta stop it!
Okay, a mistake you could say from Arkl there. Got a little bit greedy.
I don't think he thought that the Skellies could hold that surround. He was extremely greedy.
Yeah, for sure. He could have just staffed out. I mean, the cooldown didn't show for me. Was it on cooldown?
No, it was not on cooldown.
Yeah.
A player's forces are under
Okay, well, Deuce has a little bit of space. He finally unlocked that aura thanks to the level 3 Demon Hunter kill, who has been taverned back, and there is Staff of Preservation, Staff of Teleportation still. No mana burn because it just came back from the tavern with 0 mana, so the Naga may be going to be able to get away, but Boots of Speed will help that chase for a little while. There's actually no tower in the main, so Deuce is going to be forced to potions.
Deuce loses the Naga.
He's just going to die.
He loses the Naga right at the shop.
What is this game, dude?
This is this is a very, very interesting game. Deuce continuing to try to go for that Demon Hunter, but now the Naga's here with the staff. There's Dryads. And, I mean, Deuce's army is 1 hero, 1 fiend, and 1 statue. This is not ideal. It's a very sketchy game going into Northern Isles when I think Deuce wanted this to be a lot more cleaner.
Yeah, the Naga's 60% back out of the altar. The Skeleton's doing a decent job blocking. Staff of Preservation is still there. He does get the 50 mana or 60 mana for the mana burn to be able to remove that 1 coil that was on the Death Knight. And the tier 3 is about to pop, so nice staff time. He's going to be able to get that orb of Venom. And the Drives are coming out, the Bears are coming out. And this is getting a scary and scary army for Arkl. And right now, Deuce, like he said, stuck on 1 Fiend and 1 statue still.
Yeah, this is interesting though. It looks like tier 3 is going to hit. Demon Hunter's going to grab his orb, and then I guess you want to go, but the Bear upgrade kind of behind. Tier 3 just hits. Okay, no, actually, this is pretty bang on, actually. 1 Bear going to come out, a depth training going right away. This is pretty fast, and Arkl is just going to probably creep this expansion out and just go hit. And what does Deuce have?
Well, he's got a Lich soon. He's got Orb soon. So, you know, if Arkl goes right away, I think it would be a little bit of an anti-timing. He might overestimate his strengths at this moment, especially with no Town Portal. He does get the Pendant of Energy on his Naga, which is going to help out quite a bit. Deuce actually gets another ring. A little bit unfortunate, but at least his Death Knight won't die anytime soon. But what do you creep to get the Death Knight level 3, the oh-so-important level 2 coil? Where do you go?
Might have to wait for Orb before you can even creep any of the bigger camps at this point because the army's just so small. But here comes the Lich, like you said, with the Orb. And, I mean, he's also creeping with all 3 heroes, so you'd have to do a bunch of camps if you're sharing the XP like this. This is so unfortunate. In the meantime, Ark's going to steal the shop, all the experience. What item is he going to get? Did he get the belt?
He did get the belt. 1 archer low, but he already got the cheese from the bread. So he can just run away, but he looks like he wants to take a fight. I don't know if this would be the best engagement for Arkl, especially with that nice Nova. And the Lich is still in the back, so can't be mana burned quite yet. And the coil actually goes off on the Demon Hunter's staff is force. And now Arkl has to go back. His archers are low, but his expansion, not yet being built, but I would like to see him build that relatively soon.
Is Deuce going to be able to get the marketplace? This is a huge creep camp to get. And this will be level 3 DK. He pops the Destroyer as well. Book of the Dead. I mean, this is what you need when you're lacking army. Get more summons. This is a. Oh, he sells it right away. Okay, he disagrees with me. That's a horrible item, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe he just wants
the
money,
worst.
though?
That was the worst item he could have gotten there.
Well, I mean, Ark's good with bringing wisps, but I mean, I don't know. It's a
Maybe
free
Wand
item.
of the Wind could be worse if there is Abolish already, but Ankh, Mana Stone, Hellstone. Very, very good there. But at least he got the experience. That's the big thing, especially in these sort of scrappy games when both players are trading a lot of units, trading a lot of heroes. And he's going to actually get the lab with a nice Coil Nova. Going to get really not good items for Deuce so far. Getting a Parry up to Vitality, a really tanky Death Knight again, or a potentially tanky Naga, but yeah, not what he wanted. Really not what he wanted.
Looks like Ark's going to see that the lab was prepped a bit. He's going to see the Tuskar's running back, and he knows that Deuce is exactly right here. And this is going to be a sick creep jack from Ark.
Yeah, will Deuce have time to creep it? He can't Coil Nova this guy, so he might have to TP out. If he TPs out right now, he's gonna give this Magnetar Reaver to Ark, so he really wants to finish it off, but will he overcommit?
He's pushing the limits here. He wants the item so bad.
Did Ark get it? Ark gets it! Ark gets it to Warsong Battle Drums! And now, oh, the Naga, actually a really nice staff from Ark, but now the Naga of Deuce is going really, really low. All the heroes are low. This is definitely, objectively, an overcommitment from Deucey Woosey, and he calls the GG, and it's 1-1. What was that game?
Oh, man, he's...
What?
He stays there, takes so much damage trying to get the item, and Ark just yanks it, and then just kills the Nog on top of that. That was a rough one.
What was this game? I thought Deuce was coming back until he just go to the other red, dude. There's plenty of opportunity to go to the other red if you TP.
What the hell is this series, guys? We always have an insane start by Captain Insano. He's like the 5-minute moon, you know? And then how is it possible to lose the Demon Hunter like this, guys? Can you tell me that? That was unbelievable.
Was the cooldown on the staff bugged for
No.
observers?
No, it can't be.
because I didn't see him use it. Like, he was just very greedy. I think he thought he had already won the game. Maybe underestimated how long that tanky Demon Hunter could stay. But yeah, dude,
I thought
don't
the
know
same.
what
Like,
that
I
game
pulled
was
up the
then.
XP graph, right? And it was first, of course, a huge lead for Ark, and then it's getting closer, getting closer. We were almost exactly at the 0 mark, so even XP for both. And then this creepjack happens, and then Deuce taps out. Oh boy. Do we have any kind of idea where this series goes after these two maps? I don't think so, but we're about to find out after a little break. is creating a little gathering of the juggalos, I feel. Clown Fiesta on both sides, but where do we end up after game 3? I think no one really has an idea. It's Deuce versus Ark, game 3 on Lost Refuge.
Okay.
I'm excited, guys, frankly. I can't wait. I think this is going to be great. Do we see Keeper? Do we see Demon Hunter again? Who knows?
See more Books of the Dead. That is big questions here.
I would have kept that for the red camp. I think he holds.
How does it feel to be alone with an opinion?
Normal.
I love you, Ricky.
I love you too, buddy.
We are loading in to map number 3.
Okay, well, we've seen the best, we've seen the worst of them. What will we get in game 3, Rick?
A little bit of a middle ground, hopefully. In the bottom left, playing for Washed Up, big comeback in game 2. It is Washed Up's Ark. In the top right, playing for Dust Gaming, hoping to eliminate Ark, eliminate his chances, and go into that match against Kiwikaki, which we might look forward to. They've had a close series. It is Deuce.
Deuce got very lucky with that critter. He attacked it from the back, and it could have just wandered into the creep camp because he only hit he hit it the wrong way. But he one-shot it. So lucky Deuce. So maybe luck is on his side. It wasn't last game. The items, very bad. Very bad last game.
Yeah. I mean, Potion of Greater Mana is okay. Just probably don't want to pop it and die. But going into Demon Hunter first again from Ark. So he's going to go into that standard elf play that we used to see so often, which is good. But the Acolyte is scouting this, so he'll see the Demon Hunter, he'll see no Keeper, which is a little bit more... It gives the Undead player a little bit more of an opening, right? You can creep a little bit more solidly, the Keeper's not in your face. You can go across the map more, be a little bit more dangerous with the Fiends that you do as Ted Fiends, whereas with a Keeper, an Entangle pretty much means a dead unit sometimes. Very frustrating, but not going to be the case on LR.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to get the Gloves of Haste. He's going to potentially kill that Acolyte. It wasn't snared relatively recently, and he will get that 25 experience. Going to kill off the Trappers. The Deathlite's kind of almost in position due to the lack of DPS from that Demon Hunter. But I doubt he'll be here in time to call. He's actually already gone Aura, in fact. So, but very early aggression. We don't generally see this nowadays.
Are under attack.
Yeah, and Deuce is being super aggressive. I'm not too sure what he's thinking of doing here. He's kind of wasting a lot of time that he could get creeping. Could be level 2 already. The Demon Hunter not coming across yet. So is he just going to go back home and then begin creeping? This is a little bit of a lost time, but he's making that fourth ghoul. Making that fourth ghoul again, like you talked about.
Yeah, he canceled it last game, right? You pointed that out, and then he built his Fiend. You know, it does block you from getting that first Fiend, but since he's being so aggro, what are you going to do with one Fiend, really? Like, there's no expansion to cancel. There's not a lot of exposed wisps. You have no coil to finish things off. So really, like, you know, just having the improved economy is going to help out quite a bit. And with those 4 ghouls and maybe a first Fiend, you can do some split creeping. But for now, both players just kind of in a stalemate.
And this is Unholy Aura DK, so, like, you'd have to last hit physically with your, like, Death Knight to steal something. So is he just trying to be annoying here? Because if I was Ark, I would just creep anyway. And, like, what are the chances that Deuce actually gets the last hit if you're lucky with mana burns and stuff like that?
Yeah, you could creep something in his face. Maybe the expansion, maybe the Murloc camp, or even the Priest with the mana burn would help. There is Shadow Melt, and there's no Dust of Appearance for the 3rd game in a row, which he could get from one of these shops in the future. But for now, yeah, I think you're right. I think Ark could potentially just creep something in his face to secure that level 2.
Just continuing to be annoying. The Unholy Aura is pretty good.
Tree of Life coming up.
Ooh,
that's early.
Yeah. And that's right in Deuce's face, too. Like, Deuce is here with the DK, could easily just wrap around and see what's going on. And if you're Deuce, I guess maybe that's what you want to do. Maybe go to that main base, see what's going on. It looks like Deuce, well, I mean, you're already on this side of the map, man. You might as well try it out, scout it out, see what happens.
Yeah, no Huntress Hall quite yet for Ark. He did invest those resources into the Tree of Life, but would like to see that coming up pretty soon, but maybe it could just be pure archers. He's upgraded his Ancient War, so it does not look like it. He's only built 4 so far. But here's the creeping in his face. One archer's going to take a little bit of damage, but Shadow Meld is going to help, and he's going to secure the level 2 with the Watcher Wards, the Sentry Wards now.
And Deuce actually rallying his Fiend in. I think he's got to back off, man. I don't think there's much that's going to happen. He's not even scouting the expansion. He's just kind of letting Ark creep and just falling behind. The DK has 0 experience at this point.
Yeah.
And now he's got the Naga, okay. Pop that Frost, there we go. So let's go. And he could block, actually, with the DK.
We saw this last game. We all know how it ended. We all saw it. How will it end this time? The Naga of Deuce is taking quite a bit of damage. The Demon Hunter is getting low too, but there is a town portal. A nice little block, but it looks like the Naga is just going down. When you're blocking, you can't move your other units, and now that's just kind of a free Naga, and Deuce still on 0 experience. Losing his Naga yet again. Will Ark feed his Demon Hunter after this?
Yeah, and Ark's just buying time for his expansion at this point. The Demon Hunter is going to go back home, heal up. Actually, he's going back up to the north with his low Demon Hunter. Interesting.
Maybe gonna buy just a Staff of Teleportation to get back home. The Tree of Life should be seen. Yeah, it's gonna be seen by that skeleton, but it's too little, too late in terms of a cancel for Deuce. And he, especially, you know, he doesn't have his tier 3, doesn't have his Naga yet, doesn't even have a statue, so not really much to be done. I think that Tree of Life will start mining, but you know, how soon after it starts mining will Deuce be ready to push? Ancient Lords are gonna come up as well for Ark, so he's in a really good position.
Yeah, and Deuce, I mean, he's halfway done tier 3. He's got a lot of, he's got 4 ghouls for wood, but I mean, he's got no army right now, just 2 fiends. This is like a Naga, this is a bunch of archers, this is expansion going up. There's not much. I don't think Deuce can actually break this. And now Ark's just had full map control the whole time. I'm not really sure about this early game from Deuce. I'm not sure what he's trying to accomplish. Maybe he tried to cancel the expansion, but didn't even really scout it. Now Ark's stealing the Merc, about to creep the expansion. This is going to be level 2 Naga. This is not looking very good for Deuce.
Yeah, this is good from Ark. I think he was respecting the solo Death Knight a little bit too much earlier when he could have just crept in his face, but now he's just going to take this mercenary camp. He's going to follow it up with the expansion. He's got his Demon Hunter harassing this shop creep, and could potentially go for a mana burn steal on this Ogre Magi because there's no coil still.
Yeah, tier 3 tech still a ways for Deuce. Not going to have that Lich, not going to have that Orb for a while, but you can creep up your heroes. And Deuce is doing that thing again where he has to creep with both heroes at this point. The Demon Hunter is way too annoying, but you don't get much experience when you share that experience with both heroes.
Yeah, Deuce so far pretty nicely not letting the Demon Hunter get any last hits. Didn't let him get the Trapper, didn't let him get the Mana Burn steal, didn't let the Wisp detonate everything. So that was not bad. Here comes the statue to heal up these couple of low units that Deuce does have. He's going to get the big potion of invulnerability. Scourge Bone Chimes from that mercenary camp. We'll see what Ark gets from the expansion, but the important part of this expansion creep is that you actually start mining. Not too bad, not too shabby.
Yeah, very good. And I mean, the Naga's going to be level 3 almost. I don't think he'll get it from this camp, but very, very
denied
close.
a Trapper, actually, or else he would have it.
I don't think he did.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I was looking.
Oh.
I just don't think there was enough experience there. But level 2 for both of Deuce's heroes. Finally, going to go to the Merc camp. Continue to creep. You might as well just continue to creep the whole map. Lich coming out with Orb. He's actually bringing more ghouls. I actually like this ghoul style against the Demon Hunter like lore opener. I think it's great. I think you can really sometimes get on top of your opponent, and it's hard to deal with, especially when you only have a few bears. So this could be Deuce's saving grace at this point. As soon as he gets his Lich with Orb, he'll probably be looking to take a fight relatively early. You don't want Ark to mass up those bears, mass up those units. Who's going to get the... Okay, nice. Deuce gets it.
Yeah, we saw a Creepjack do a lot of damage last game, but now, you know, there is a couple of archers that are exposed. The Naga is going to maybe kill one. The Staff of Preservation is non-existent for Ark at the moment. Here comes the Lich, here comes the Orb. There is a Nova in the tank, but a Town Portal might have to be forced here, actually. Demon Hunter, actually, yeah, is forced to the TP, and an Archer lost as well. A lot of damage on the Death Knight. Is there a Fork Lightning? There could have been potentially, but the statues are going to heal that Death Knight back up.
Yeah, level 2 Fork Lightning would have been very scary at that point. But with statues, Deuce is going to be fine. Continue to creep. And, I mean, at this point, do you want to push? You got 4 Fiends. Destroyer form on the way. Probably wants to wait for that.
Yeah, maybe try to sneak a level 3 Death Knight somewhere and then go for the push. But at the moment, he's very, very far away from it.
Yeah, an Ark tier 3 now. Doesn't have the Orb yet for the Demon Hunter. Actually passed the staff to the Naga too, which is interesting. Probably going to go back to the shop, grab that tier 3 orb. He is starting to transition into bears. I think he only has adept training now though. Yeah, obviously because tier 3 is not finished, but it is just about to pop. Good timing for him. He'll go back, grab his orb, grab the bear form, and he's got a big army.
Yeah. 4 Dryads, 3 Archers. The bear form will be coming up in about 45 seconds, and he's still got a little bit of time because Deuce is still creeping away with all 3 heroes. He will get the 3-3-2 soon, which is a really good nuke that Deuce will have in the future. He's got the 1 Destroyer, so you could just straight up take the red camp if he wants to. And then I think his timing will be all right. He might be able to hit just when bears are popping, and there'll be very few of them, so this could be all right for Deuce, but he's got to go pretty soon, or else the Mountain Giants are going to kick in the next few minutes, I'm sure.
Yeah, just finishing the bear form. Do you want to just go with 2 claws of attack plus 12 for that Lich? He actually passes it to the Naga, plus 18 Naga. Okay, no, he's going to pass it over the Lich. Okay, I was like, all right. Interesting. Deuce doing a little fire drill there with the items. Little Russian roulette. Yep. But now, like you said, this is definitely what he wants to push, right? Like, he's got the items. Look at his Lich, plus 23. He's got 3 on the DK. You got Destroyers. You got to go.
Yeah, this is the timing, for sure. And the Vampire is going to help out on the bears, but there's not very many of them at the moment. Only 1 potion of invulnerability and no town portal for Arkl. So the heroes could be a little bit exposed, especially the Naga if it's out of position. The Staff Preservation's on the Naga, Staff of Teleportation's on the Demon Hunter, and the potion of invulnerability. So maybe that's Deuce's ticket to winning this first fight, but his army is looking pretty scary. He's down by 10 supply, though.
Yeah, and Arkl is around. He's got the Scourge Bone Chimes. He's got healing wards from the lab creep, which is great to have in this fight. Only 1 Destroyer, so you got to eat something, but here we go, Medallion of Courage. And Deuce is getting all these red camp items, which is nice, but he's kind of in a weird cranny. I don't know if Arkl actually wants to fight in here. This is a good spot for Deuce to fight in.
Oh, Death Knight taking a lot of damage. Potion of Invulnerability is passed, but you got to pop it early. Okay, 1 bear was staffed out. Another one's going to be nuked in. A 3rd one coming in for that rejuvenation, but soon enough, Deuce is going to have to town portal out of here. He's just trying to get as much value as he can. He's going to get 2 archers in the end. Will he unburrow that Crypt Fiend? He does unburrow all of them, so that's a good fight from Deuce, but a little bit too far forward on the Death Knight.
Yeah, that was the only factor there. I thought it's very frustrating, too, when you get in a good position like that, but your DK is just getting constantly right-clicked. Really good decision-making from Arkl. But this is a huge undead army, despite the fact that Arkl's been on the expansion the whole time. I mean, it's only 56 supply, but this is a lot of fiends, double A-bombs. Disease Cloud probably being researched soon, I imagine. Definitely want that Disease Cloud.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially now that you have 2 Abominations, you can start spreading that. Imagine if it's on the Dryads right now. Although there is heal wards, which would help Arkl out quite a bit. He used one of those to creep the remainder of that red spot. But right now, there's no Mountain Giants yet. Arkl preferring just to go pure old-school Dryad Bear. Maybe he doesn't feel he has the time to go into that tech, and I wouldn't blame him with the pressure coming his way as Deuce marches across the map.
Naga gonna pick up level 4 right here from the Knoll, but I think he's gonna give up the item to Deuce. That's nice though. Just pick up your level 4, walk away. We'll see what item it is. Maybe it's a crappy one. Claws plus 6. Okay, circlet. And yeah, I think now you just want to fight if you're Deuce.
Yeah, he's got a lot of good items. 2 heal scrolls, big invuln, mana potion, healthstone, and here's the fight. The nuke on the Demon Hunter to start off. A big nuke on the Demon Hunter, and there's only a little invuln pop. The staff is going to be used in the future, but a couple of mana burns going to go off. 1 fiend almost falling. Okay, it does go down to the Naga. The A-bomb in the front is taking a lot of damage. Staff out on the Demon Hunter, but now the Naga's exposed. That's what we were talking about earlier. If the Demon Hunter goes away, the Naga has no tank in front, and the Naga falls, and the expansion is going to be exposed if Arkl can't win this fight, but the Demon Hunter is going to staff back in. Almost level 4. Nice staff on the Bears. The Bears are getting decent surface area, but not on the right target.
Yeah, and the Dryads are just raining down on this army. Deuce is having a hard time killing off this army, and Deuce is killing everything. All the A-bombs are gone now. Is there enough there for Deuce? I think he's pushing this back for now. The Naga not being in this fight is actually so huge. Level 4 on the DK. And Deuce might be able to continue the siege. Just having these 2 statues as well for Deuce is so big.
Yeah, they're healing away. They're almost actually out of mana. One is about to be and the other one has 50 mana left. So maybe if Arkl can slowly hold on and get some cheeky mana burns off, these heroes only have about 1 spell left for each of them. The Naga has been Tavern revived and does have that Potion of Greater Mana in the Rejuvenation. 1 bear gonna fall. Is there a staff? No, not quite. The Demon Hunter just out of range, and the bears are exposed. Okay, there's the staff. And Arkl seems to be holding on a little bit. He's gonna get a mana burn off. Forcing a Nova. There is a Fork Lightning still almost available.
Oh, this is so
Expansion
crazy.
lives.
Deuce looks like he's slightly getting ahead, and Ark needs to win this series, Carson. This is so big, and Deuce, can he find time to like cancel this expansion? Ark actually pulling all the wisps to fully heal that. Really good timing. Deuce is going to come back to a now fully healed Tree of Life. And Ark is buying, is he buying enough time, Carson?
I think he is. He's getting some mana burns in. There's the Fork Lightning denied. There's still no Nova. There is no Coil. And the Mana Potion and the Scrolls of Healing have already been used. The statue's exposed. That was the new one with the mana. This is the one that has to fall, and Ark is nicely focusing it down. And there's the healing. There's the mana regeneration gone. And the Dryads have really good positioning. The Staff is off cooldown to save that Demon Hunter. Oh, he almost loses it. Okay, the Healthstone is passed. The Naga is going to save it. And as soon as the Demon Hunter gets staffed out, the Naga of Ark is the target of focus again. But the Naga of Deuce forcing the Potion of Invulnerability. That's all the consumables gone for Deuce.
Yeah, and Deuce needs to take the time right now to focus down these Dryads while the Demon Hunter and the Naga are out of the fight. He takes down the Bears, which is nice. Oh, this is such a back and forth battle. This is so important right now. Game number 3, do or die. And Deuce is starting to whittle down the Dryad count. But now the Demon Hunter's got full HP and he's going back in for another right clicks on the DK. There's no TP on the DK either. Can the Dryad slow? Can the Dryad slow? The Fiends are out of position as well. Deuce might lose a lot of units, but he's focusing so hard on saving this DK and the Lich. Can he save the one of them? He's blocking the Demon Hunter. The Lich gets out. It doesn't get out.
Oh, the Fork Lightning, and now the Death Knight's exposed, and Ark just barely holds on. Nicely taverning back the Naga. He knew he had that Potion of Greater Mana. He had good Moon Juice. He had Rejuvenation. And the Dryads live. The Bears might have fallen